And welcome back. The library is finishing off their Oh, the Horror series with author Grady Hendrix, and he joins me now here in studio. Grady, thank you for being here. How are you?
I'm okay. Thanks for having me. It's Halloween, man.
It's Halloween. I know. Everyone's favorite holiday. Well, some people at least. Yeah. All right. So you have a book called How to Sell a Haunted House. Tell me about this.
It is about an adult brother and sister who hate each other, who have to work together when their parents die, and they've got to clean out the house they grew up in. And it happens to be haunted by puppets and dolls, which is disgusting. And I feel bad about doing that to readers.
Yeah, I was going to say that sounds really comforting.
Yeah, no.
How did you come up with this concept?
You know, I think everyone either has done or will do that thing where you clean out the house after someone passes away, and it is rough. And it just seemed like, you know, what's a ghost story but dealing with things people leave behind?
Yeah.
And, you know, this is dealing with things people leave behind.
Hopefully, though, in their experience, they're dealing without the puppets and the other creepy things.
Exactly.
So.
Although, you know, people say this, right? Dolls creep me out, puppets creep me out, but we're surrounded by them every day. Like, we just don't see them. We're doll blind. Barbie, it was a doll movie.
This is
you
true.
know?
This is very true.
Yeah,
it called us out.
It could have easily been a horror movie.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, so tell me this. So you have 2 events as a part of this series of the library. There's one tonight, one tomorrow. Let's start with tonight. What can people expect from that?
So I really hate author events. I think they're really boring for the author and for people. So I do more of a show.
Sure.
It's about an hour. It will tell you how to sell a haunted house. It'll dive into the real estate issues. I will be generally being a performing monkey, and you know, I try to keep it fast moving. People seem to like them. No one's ever thrown anything at me yet.
Okay.
But tonight could change everything.
This is like a solo show, or how does it work?
It's just me. It's me talking for about 60 minutes. I do slides. I keep it moving fast. And in 60 minutes, we go through, I think, 182 slides. So it moves, yeah.
Yeah, it moves very quick.
Yeah. Usually I sing. Tonight I'm not singing because I have mercy on the audience.
There you go. Yeah. You're being very generous.
You know, 2023, it's a year of reconciliation and healing.
But 2024, we'll see what happens.
Oh,
so.
It's back on in 2024.
Exactly. Now, do people need tickets to this event?
No, it's first come, first served, but the librarians of the Springfield Library have sworn everyone who wants to get in can get in.
Can get in. Okay, very good.
They may have to do laps.
Well, that's okay. Now, if people are not too creeped out tonight, there's another event that you're hosting tomorrow morning.
Yes.
Donuts and Death, Death and Donuts, something like that?
Death and donuts? Donuts and, I'm not sure which comes first.
Yeah.
I think it's your personal preference.
What can people expect from that event?
So that's going to be more of a Q&A and sort of a chit-chat. It's early in the morning. It's at 10 at Hertz Donuts. And so you need to keep it low-key at 10 in the morning, I think. It'll be donuts and it'll be questions. I'm fearless. Anything they ask, I will answer.
Okay,
yeah,
very good.
Bring it.
So what does your career look like in kind of this very specific genre of writing and being an author?
You know, horror is doing amazingly these days, and it gets a lot more respect than it used to. When I started out in 2014, it was around then that Barnes & Nobles across the country took out their horror section because there just weren't enough books coming out.
Interesting.
And about 3 years ago, they quietly put them all back in. So, you know, it's one of the few times in my life I've made a good decision to start writing horror. Usually my decisions just fail one after the other. Horror's taken off, though. People can't get enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Always fiction, or do you kind of delve into other things?
I do some nonfiction. I did a book called Paperbacks from Hell that's a history of the horror paperback boom in the 70s. I don't know if people remember sort of those crazy paperbacks with like Nazi leprechauns and killer snails on them that were all over like drugstores and bus stations in the 70s. Yeah, just out there.
Yeah.
And so I was sort of like, what the hell are these? And wrote a book about them that people seem to like. But yeah, generally I do fiction. You know, I like telling stories. I feel like, you know, talking about death, haunted houses, the occasional vampire, it feels more like reality than, you know, anything else.
Yeah. Anything you can tease for me that you're working on or that we can maybe expect from you next year?
Sure. I mean, I'm working on a book that's coming out in August of next year about homes for it's these girls sent to homes for unwed mothers back in the 70s, you know, when you'd go off and people would say, oh, she's visiting her aunt, and you would just have the baby secretly. I had a few relatives who were sent away, as they called it. So a book's about that and these girls who get sent to one and discover that witchcraft might be their best friend.
Nice. You write about really light topics.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
You know, I can only write about the world around me. I'm pretty unimaginative, so I just got to pull it from what I see.
Absolutely. I love it. All right, Grady, if people want to keep up with you and everything you're doing, how can they find more information online?
Yes, GradyHendrix.com. Everything's there, so you can find more information there or avoid it if you don't like it.
Either way. Okay,
Either way,
so
it works.
Tonight at the Gallery at the Galois, I believe, is that right?
Gallery at the Galois.
Perfect.
Yep.
And then tomorrow, Death and Donuts, Donuts to Death, one of the 2 at Hertz Donuts. Yeah?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it, and happy Halloween.
Thanks.